It's Jordan. Roll his window up now that it's getting it's starting to rain again. It's Jordan. I said I would touch base with y'all around 12:30, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm back in Stockbridge. I'm in the Stockbridge area. So, seeing if we can get something out here in the next hour and a half or so. Right now, there's nothing going on. I haven't got a single delivery sitting down here. Not a single one. And I was in McDonough for a couple hours, and now I'm here. And something told me when I was scheduling, let me just make it to 1:30, and then if it's popping, of course, they will ask you if you want to extend your dash until 2 or 3 or whatever time that they would have it extended out to. I should have did that. I should have went with my gut. Because if I decided to go to another area and, you know, it's popping in that area, I can make my money up in that area. I have class tonight, like I said before, so not really trying to exhaust myself as much. You know, I don't want to be out here and then I gotta go sit in class for 4 hours. This class that I got tonight is a super, super hard class. It's a project management class, and it is hard. It's hard. And I am what type, I have to have a certain GPA to maintain staying in school. I have to have a certain GPA, so I have to like really be focused. That's what I'm just having a whole brain fart about, what type of student I am. But I have to have a certain GPA to maintain being in school right now. Yeah, this ain't undergrad. This ain't undergrad. I can't just, people are wild here, man. They just park in the middle of the, like, she's literally in the middle of, I'm trying to help because this car is coming down. She's like just parked right in the middle of the street here instead of just pulling up in a parking spot. But anyway, I'm down here, y'all. I'm down here in Stockbridge, and I'm not getting anything. And it's amazing because I'm seeing all these businesses. I'm like, yo, if they can get this, you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna move, and this whole area gonna be popping for dashers. You're gonna start seeing random people pop up with videos. Oh, I'm doing deliveries in Stockbridge today, and you know, I'm hoping to make $100 today, and they gonna make it because I see the potential here. I see the potential in this area. I see it everywhere down here. I see all of the businesses. They got Walmart over here, so you know people are probably gonna be getting Walmart runs. It's businesses everywhere, and the same thing with McDonough. It's the same exact thing. People are gonna. I can see these two areas definitely being a thing, but it's not gonna be a thing while I'm here. It's gonna be a thing after I leave. It's gonna be a thing when I move and be somewhere else. Oh, they got a Hibbett Sports over here. I might go check them out. That's nice to know. I'm gonna go. I like Hibbett Sports. They actually be having some stuff, and the employees don't like pester you the whole time. They say hi, they let you do your thing, and when you leave, they let you leave. And that's important to me. Like, I don't want to be, don't tell me about whatever Labor Day y'all having some type of buy one get one half off. I don't care about any of that right now. I'll care about that on Labor Day and when I have money to burn in your store like that. But yeah, I'm down here. Shout out to my guy Trini, man. He said he was laughing at my barber struggles. Like I told y'all in my prior videos back a while ago, I talked about my barber struggles here. Now I've had 4 barbers here. 2 of the barbers' names were Cadillac. Both of them, I don't know why. That being named Cadillac is definitely some South shit. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely not a thing back home. I don't know nobody back home named Cadillac. Everybody I know, you know, you can get away with that down here, but and these are these guys' government names. This ain't no, oh, I got this name because all I drive is caddies. Like, nah, this is your mom and your dad or whoever. They named you Cadillac, and I've had 2 barbers down here that were named Cadillac, and they were both good. I've had a barber down here named Mitch. He was good. And I also had a barber down here named oh, what's her name, man? I want to say her name was either Trinity or Trina. It was a TR. Her name started with TR. Like I said, shout out to my man Trini in DC. But yeah, her name was either Trinity or Trina, and she was nice. And I found her by accident, actually. Cadillac. I'm just gonna jump into each story really quick. The first Cadillac I ran into was when I was living in Jonesboro. I was living in Jonesboro for a little bit. I actually got a whole other story I gotta tell y'all about how I was like homeless for like almost a week down here, which was crazy. And it wasn't no fault of mine. It was like the way that the apartment system, the way that the apartment stuff is set up. I might share that with y'all if I get enough people that be like, oh, I want to hear about this story. But yeah, I was homeless for like a week down here, close to a week. But in that time frame, I was working, and I was actually working with this one young lady that I'm cool with down here. Well, that I was cool with. And I told her about what was going on with the situation with this apartment that I had got approved for, and she ended up letting me. She actually just told me that she had bought a car, and her roommate just moved out. She had another room available, so that was just God working right there. But she was like, "Yeah, you can take over the room or whatever, and just pay half the rent." I was like, "Cool." She's like, "Don't worry about utilities, cable, internet. I'll take care of all of that." But yeah, just pay half the rent, and you can just move in. And I ended up moving in, but I didn't know anything about that until like it was like, I won't say it was a week. It was like 4 days that I was basically homeless down here, and it was rough. It was rough, dog. It was rough. But I ended up moving with her, and in that area where she lived at is between Jonesboro and Riverdale. I was kind of going around and jumping around from barbershop to barbershop when I got down here. Just trying to fill out a barber, and I found this one barbershop. This was the barbershop where Cadillac was he was a barber at that barbershop. Got in there, hooked me up, didn't push my hairline back, didn't add any dye or anything like that. And I went back maybe a week later, and the whole barbershop was shut down, completely gone. And it was like a week and a half later, the whole barbershop was just gone. I don't know if they couldn't afford the rent or what. I don't know what the situation was. Called Cadillac phone. His phone was disconnected. I'm like, all right, back at square one with barbershops. Went to the second barbershop, which was in the same plaza as that first barbershop. It was like on the outskirts, closer to Terra Boulevard. That other barbershop was along 138, and this one was along Terra Boulevard. So Terra Boulevard is here, and 138 runs this way. So 138 is here, and their barbershop was like on the strip, closer to 138. The other barbershop was on the strip, closer to Terra Boulevard, but they were all in the same plaza. I went into that barbershop, and none of the dudes, it was like 5 guys and 1 girl in this barbershop, right? Trinity or Trina was her name. And none of the guys acknowledged me when I walked in. None of them. None of the dudes was like, yo, you here for a cut or you here to see somebody? None of them said anything. The only person that said something was the girl Trina. And she had nobody in her chair. So I was already nervous. And she was kind of like in the middle part of the barbershop. So I was kind of nervous. I never had a woman cut my hair, one. I have nothing against women cutting hair, so don't crucify me in the comment section. But I never had a woman cut my hair, one. And 2, nobody was in her chair and nobody was waiting on her. And she was on her phone when I walked in. She was like sitting in her chair on her phone. But she was the first one that acknowledged me when I walked in, which was big to me. Because none of them I was in there for about 5 minutes. None of them said anything. Yo, you here for somebody? Yo, you looking to get a cut? Yada, yada. Nothing. So she cut me. I let her cut my hair or whatever. And it was dope because she started off, she washed my hair first. That was big for me. She washed my hair first, and then, she cut me, and she didn't cut against the grain, which is terrible. I just hate when barbers do that. It just feel like you just gonna have a bad haircut when they cut against the grain like that. Now, depending on your grade of hair, you might need that, but I know my hair doesn't need that. She didn't cut against the grain. Of course, she didn't add any dye, didn't try to shape up my eyebrows, didn't do anything excessive. She could have did a little bit more work with my facial hair at the time, but I wasn't mad at the initial haircut. And when the initial haircut is good, your facial hair, you can kind of, you know, I can really just do stuff at home that can kind of like make sure that my facial hair is on point. But I wasn't mad at the cut. The cut was actually very, very nice. And I could tell that she was like, she takes pride in it, because like the way that she kept on cleaning her clippers after each thing that she did. She was cleaning her clippers basically after each part. After, you know, she had to shape up clippers, she would clean them. Got the clipper side popping, spraying them down, brushing them, cleaning them. You know, like she takes pride in her job. Got her number and everything like that. 2 weeks later, I go to hit her up. No, her number's disconnected. And she don't even have like, or if you're going to change your number, you're a barber, you should shoot that number to everybody that is in your you know, that's in your network, to let them know, listen, I changed my number, yada yada yada, whatever. You know, this is my new number. I didn't get any of that. So now I done lost 2 barbers. I done lost Trina or Trinity, whatever her name is, and I done lost the first Cadillac. I moved to where I live at now in Forest Park now. While I'm in Forest Park, how the heck did I come across this one barbershop? I think, oh, you know what? I went to a dealership. I got me a car. I had got me an Impala. I had an Impala at the time. And as I was riding through Union City, because I had to go to Union City to get this car. So as I was riding through Union City, I seen this one barbershop, and I said, you know what? That barbershop, the way it looked, it was appealing from the outside, and it made me want to go inside. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go check that barbershop out. So I went, checked that barbershop out, ran into this is the second Cadillac that I ran into. So he was great too. Like, he was good at doing all types of different stuff. Like, sometimes I get like the temp. I ain't even, well, y'all can probably just see it now, but it's high now. But sometimes I get like the temp, where the temp fade is like a big thing back home. I see all the kids trying to get into it now down here, but it was like a big thing back home already. So I get like the temp fade, and that's like the curly top thing, and they like shape you up really, really nice, and do your, you know, your beard and everything is all nice and sharp, and everything is pristine, and you looking good when you leave out the shop. Cadillac was really good. The second Cadillac, he was really good at that type of stuff. Furthermore, he had cousins and family members that was from the Philly area, so he was familiar with how we like our haircut, which is different from what they into down here. Yeah, if I wanted parts, whatever I wanted, he was good at. The problem I had with Cadillac was, I think Cadillac balanced being a barber and being in the streets, because every time I used to come there, and no matter if I called him, when I called him, he'd be like, yeah, oh, okay, yeah, let's reschedule for 11:30. All right, cool. I'll get there at 11:30. He's not there. He'd be like, yeah, you know, my girl just got here with the car. He was very, very unreliable. He told all the barber lies that barbers tell, because barbers be on some lying. They are tops at lying, especially with time management, and they're terrible with time management. Most barbers are. And anybody that get their haircut, they can attest to that. Barbers be lying. They'll tell you to come there at 11:30. They won't get there till 1:30. They'll tell you, you know what I mean, only got 2 people, hurry up and get here. You get there and there's 6 people there. It's all type. I know all the lies. You know why? Because Norman does the same thing to me back home. Now, Norman is way more, he's like family to me. You know what I mean? Like, Norman is like, he's like family to me. And again, people that get their haircut on a regular basis, they can attest to that too. Your barber becomes your family. They just see you grow up. They see you when you have kids. They become family. They become family for sure. So, yeah, they'll tell their lies and stuff like that. And then like it would go with periods of time in between me getting another haircut, and Cadillac could just randomly reach out like, yo, I'm back in the shop. That led me to believe that he was in the streets. I've dealt with people in the streets. I'm from the streets myself. So I know that, I know how people handle, I know how people operate in that street, in those street parameters. I know how they operate. And granted, I wasn't out here doing no crazy street stuff, but I've dealt with enough people, and I've been in the streets enough to know when somebody else is in the streets. You pick up on the vibe relatively fast. So he was in the streets, and I could tell. It was all types of crazy stuff going on. I can just say all types of stories that I ran with dealing with him. Just dealing with him. That just led me to believe that, you know, Cadillac, he wasn't going to be around long. And then, long story short, I think he ended up getting locked up. And I think he's still locked up. Brings me to my fourth guy, Mitch. Mitch is from New Jersey. Mitch is in Southwest Atlanta. My roommate, my boy Ace that I was telling you about, my ex-roommate, we used to be roommates or whatever. We all lived in Southwest Atlanta. Me, my boy Ace, and my girl Lay. We all was cool. Lay actually came down a month after I moved down here, and we're all from the same city, and we all know each other. Well, I knew Lay, and then I introduced Lay to Ace, and we all became roommates at one point when I was living down here. And again, I was riding around looking for a barber, and I was living in Southwest Atlanta. I found this barbershop, which was right next to a gas station. My boy Ace used to clown me about this barbershop all the time because he was like, how the heck can you trust a barbershop that's next to a gas station? And I'm like, it's a barbershop. I don't care. I got haircuts in people's basements before. I've got haircuts in people's living rooms before. It don't matter. I don't care where you cut me at as long as you nice. I don't care. Man, listen, you can set up a chair in the middle of this parking lot right here in the rain, and if you nice, I'll let you cut me. If you nice and I know you nice and I've got cut before by you, I will let you cut me. It don't matter where you get a haircut at. Ace, I guess, was more about the look and all of that stuff. Cool. You go ahead and be about that. You pay your $40, $45 to get your haircut. I'll get the same quality or better quality from my barber Norman at home for half that price for sure. And I even give him extra money most of the time because the cuts be so great, because the cuts be so on point. But yeah, so Mitch was good. He's from New Jersey. Very, very familiar with our style of cutting. Mitch had one issue. Mitch was getting locked up for child support like every other month, it seemed like. Every other month, I would go, when I was going down there, they like, yeah, the other barbers that was in the shop, the other barbers that were in the shop, they would just be shaking their head like, yeah, he ain't here, man. He ain't here. And after a while, I'm like, yo, what's up with him? Like, is he cutting at his house or what? And then one of them just broke down and was like, yeah, he been having problems with like child support. Like, if he misses payments, he's set up to the point where like, if he misses a payment, they just come after him. Like, they just come, they then came here and locked him up multiple times. And I'm like, I can't win with barbers down here. So I just stopped getting my hair cut down here. I stopped looking. I'm a part of Meetup, and inside the Meetup is barbers that's inside the Meetup, and they like, yeah, come check me out. I just don't trust none of the barbers down here. They all kind of cut the same way, and then the ones that they be like, the ones that I be trying out, they be like super timid. When I tell them I'm from up north, it's like they just get super timid. They be like damn near shaking when they like shaping me up. Like, they put their hand on my forehead and then like be all shaking. I'm like, yo, what are you shaking for? Like, yo, just cut. Like, I just tell them like, listen, I'm from up north. I'm from the Philly area, yada yada yada. And I guess we must have high standards for our cuts in Philly, and they're not used to that. They just used to getting in and just doing whatever. But I'm not gonna just let you do whatever to my head. I was straight, took the apron off when somebody tried to shake my eyebrows up. I told y'all about that. Like, listen, don't shake my eyebrows up. Took the apron off. Listen, I'm good. The haircut is okay. I'm cool with that. Yeah, but that's my struggle with the barber. And it's crazy. Almost 20 minutes sitting here. That lets you know how dead it's been out Stockbridge. Like I said, like I told my guy Trini, I'm going to definitely send him an email and let them know, listen, we need hourly guarantees for this type of stuff. Like, this is ridiculous. You want us out here. Make it worth our while being out here. I know y'all are out here for profit. I know you, as Doordash, the company, I know you're out here for profit. But you still need dashers out here. Nobody has hit me up for anything out here. Nobody's hit me up for anything. And I'm sitting here. Anyway, I hope I've entertained y'all in some way. I'm just going to sit out here for the next hour and a half. Almost 2 hours. And I'm gonna listen to the rest of the podcast, and I'm here. Y'all get at me in the comment section. It's whatever. I might go check out Hibbett Sports since I'm right here. And yeah, like I said, y'all get at me in the comment section, and we gonna chat it up. Peace.